At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome in to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Teton Auto Group and Levitt Select. Tonight we come to you live from Ravston Stadium, where the Minico Spartans will take on the Idaho Falls Tigers. Hi everyone and welcome in. My name is Jesse Richens and I'm joined by Josh McGauley.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun night. I mean, the weather is perfect so far, and yeah, we're excited for this one, Josh.
No, yeah, you're right. The weather's spot on. Hopefully we get a good game. We got a powerful Minico team coming into a Idaho Falls team who's looking for the up and up as you know, they're 1-4 on the season, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah, no, it should be a fun watch. Again, like you said, Idaho Falls has been struggling a little bit, and we're going to start off by introducing our teams. Just like Josh was saying, the Minico Spartans, they are a powerhouse right now here in East Idaho with head coach Sherm Blazer. He is in his second season as head coach. Their record currently sits at 4-1. They are 3-0 in conference play, and they're ranked first in the 5A Great Basin Conference. Last week, they played their rival, Burley, to win the Golden Oar, and they did win that game 64-17. Quite the blowout there for a rivalry game, and most of it was thanks to Sonner Cranny, the running back for Minico, who scored 7 touchdowns in that game. Woo. That's a wild number there.
That's Ashton Gentry's numbers right there.
And I'm pretty sure it broke the record or it tied the record for most touchdowns scored by a single player in Minico Spartans history. Woo. So, I mean, congratulations to Sonner Cranny there. I believe it's Preston Sonner Cranny, excuse me. Their only loss this year came to the state champs of last year, the Bishop Kelly Knights, where they fell 8-20. Currently, they average 37 points per game, which is a lot of points to score. So be excited to see that scoring here tonight. And they're only allowing 12 points per game to their opponents. So their defense is also very stout. And, of course, the most points they've allowed this season was in their loss to Bishop Kelly, which was 20 points.
Yeah, and, you know, that game early on, that's basically – that could be a playoff game right there. So yeah. Bishop Kelly's a monster. And, Minico allowing 20 points to Bishop Hill is no surprise. And so this Minico team, we're in for a treat. So Idaho Falls, the opposite team of Minico, head coach Marty Duffin in his 6th season. He's got this early on, he's got a record of 1-4, 0-2 in conference play. They're looking for the up and up. Last week they got thumped to Skyline. I'm sure a lot of you tuned into that. They lost 47-0 in a packed house. Like I said, they do have one win on the season. That lonely win coming against Centuries, 27-19. So as the national anthem plays, we're going to go away for a break, and we'll be right back.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
And welcome back to this production of IdahoSports.com on East Idaho Game Night, where the Idaho Falls Marching Band just played their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner for us.
Yeah, it's awesome. One of the good things I love about coming to Idaho Falls and this beautiful Rapson Stadium, it's been around now for about 4 or 5 years now. The new field, the newer stadium, that is looking across the way here. We're on the Skyline side, so we're on the way side here. But if you look across, you can just see the neon orange of Skyline. A couple of their fans, they're still wearing the neon orange, but when it's a big packed house.
You mean of Idaho Falls.
Or Idaho Falls,
yeah,
sorry.
No, you're good.
The Idaho Falls side, if big packed house, it's like hunting season over there. Everyone wears their neon orange.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be pretty distracting there. Yeah, we're going to go over the keys of the game here really quickly, starting with the Minico Spartans. First and foremost, to create explosive plays with their playmakers, especially Preston Sonner-Cranny. Again, the running back who scored 7 touchdowns last game for them. So they're going to be wanting creating a lot of space for him, and they're going to be wanting to get the ball to him as often as they can. And, of course, watch out for their quarterback, Braxton Tranquil Jr., who is the son of the athletic director of the Minico Spartans.
Yeah, and for Idaho Falls, they got to protect their quarterback, Ellison. Last week he got hit a lot. He limped off the field early on, and that Skyline team was just after him. So if Idaho Falls wants a chance in this game, they got to protect their quarterback. He's a great playmaker. They got to establish a running game too. I didn't see the stats last week, but the running game was just non-existent. So if they wanted to be able to just throw the ball, they got to have that running game going.
Yeah, and speaking of that running game, they are averaging less than 2 yards per carry this season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're definitely not wrong about last game, seeing that dip in rushing yards.
Yeah, and as we talk about averages here, Idaho Falls is only averaging 14 points a game. So, and they're allowing 30 points a game. So if we're going to see Idaho Falls, if we want Idaho Falls to upset this Minico team, they're going to have to get defensively third down stops. So I'm excited to see what they do, excited to see how they play here, but they're going to have to show up tonight if they want to upset Minico.
They sure are. And as you can see on your screen, you may be seeing some pink accessories representing Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You see it on some of our officials, the cheerleaders over there on the other side, and some of the players' accessories. So glad to see them.
Are you wearing pink?
I am not, but you are. You have your badge on, I guess. I forgot my badge this time. I'll get it next time. We have a whole month, right?
I'll get a Sharpie and just color on your beautiful white BYU shirt.
Oh, yes, thank you. But, yeah, we'll be watching this game north to south, left to right, as you guys see it and hear it.
Yeah, so we got my son here tonight, Dallas. He's been on a couple calls with us. He's going to be helping out with the camera. Maybe in the fourth quarter we'll get him on the mic. Who knows?
We'll see how the game's going.
We'll see how it's all going.
See if he wants to pitch in a little bit.
Give a shout out to Mom or something. He's 5. He turns 6 later this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost happy birthday to Dallas.
Almost.
What day?
It's the 30th. 31st,
Wow.
sorry.
Happy Halloween.
31st. No, your birthday's next month, not this month. Oh, my goodness.
Well, there we go.
We're getting there.
And here comes the kickoff from Idaho Falls, who's dressed in the all black with the orange numbers and stripes. And you have Minico in the all whites with their gold helmets and the red numbers.
Yeah, early on I talked about how these uniforms kind of look like the 49er uniforms.
Yeah,
They're beautiful. I love it. Like that clean white and red.
Yeah, there's nothing like a clean white with a strong, bold color. So here we are, Braxton Tranquil, in the gun with Sonner Cranny on his right hip. Man in motion, hands it off on the jet sweep, off to the outside, and they take him down after a short gain. Probably a gain of 1. Not too much going there.
Yeah, they're going to give that tackle to Cooper Moss, the outside backer, who did a great job at getting through and just giving him a minimal gain. Actually, they're going to say no gain on that run.
Yeah, quickly back up to the line. Another motion, handoff to Sonner Cranny, who breaks up into the open field down to the 30, pushing down to the 34, 35-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for Preston Sonner Cranny. Great run from him.
Yeah, Preston, you can see the quickness back there of this. And already you're seeing the quickness of this offense. They just want to go, 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 no huddle.
Yeah, just no mercy here. Fakes the handoff, throws left on a little bit of a screen route behind the line, breaks a tackle on the left side, and he eventually gets forced out of bounds by this Idaho Falls defense. And I think that's probably about a loss of 1 on that quick throw to the outside.
Yeah, that's a small win there for Idaho Falls. They broke a tackle, but they were able to rally to the ball and get them for a loss or even no gain.
Tranquil in the gun. Again, hands off to Sonner Cranny. Stiff arms a defender. Gets to the right side and picks up probably about 2 or 3, maybe 4 on the play. Going to the outside, stiff arming a couple defenders. Just couldn't avoid all of them.
Yeah, right now, Idaho Falls, hey, they're showing this first brief couple minutes of the game, their defense is showing up right now. They're helping on the outside runs and everything.
Hands it off to Sonner Cranny, breaking to the outside again. There he goes, first down and more, down to the 49-yard line. Great run by Sonner Cranny.
Yeah, on that run there, the offensive line just showed their dominance. They were able to get to the second line before Cranny was even touched.
And again, this speed, they are going quick. A lot of no-huddle offense here. In the gun, hands it off again, right up the middle, kind of trips up, runs over his own guy, but picks up about 5. Again, Preston Sonner Cranny right up the middle. They're trying to get the ball in his hands early.
Yeah, he's touched the ball almost every single time except for one throw early on. But, yeah, you can see they want to get him going.
And again in the gun. A hard count there. Looks back to the sideline to get instruction. Receives a snap, looks left. Now looking deep down the middle of the field, and it's batted down. Great defense played there by Sam LaPrey, the senior cornerback for Idaho Falls.
Yeah, he was single covered over there, so it was a good option to throw that way. But LaPrey, he had a great job, way to not hold on to the back there, but got his hands in and knocked that ball away.
Tranquil hands off again to Sonner Cranny, who breaks up the middle of the field. dragging tacklers, and that's another first down on third down. Great pickup again by Sonner Cranny.
No, I know I spoke early on in this drive. Idaho Falls was showing their quickness just side to side and stopping Cranny, but it looks like they're already hands on the hips, and this is the first drive of the game, so they're already just showing their dominance in the run game.
Fake handoff again, kind of a quick pass out to the outside, and a pickup of about 6 or 7, and that was completed to Jaden Sanders, number 7, the receiver for Minico.
It was an RPO over there.
Yeah.
It was a good option to throw that as he was able to pick up about 6 yards.
Tranquil in the gun, another man in motion, the jet sweep, hands it off, and he's going to pick up the first down on the quick jet sweep to the outside. Another great run.
Yeah, I believe that was Jaden Sanders, the 5'7" junior, who was able to show that quickness and get to the outside there to pick up another, 8 or 9 yard gain for that first down.
Tranquil again in the gun. A lot of this pro-style offense. Sonner Cranny on his left, trips left. Hands it off to Sonner Cranny, who goes right up the middle, but is met immediately by 2 Idaho Falls defenders and taken down after maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, the junior Trevin Nitzel, number 44, was in there quickly to get in that gang tackle for a minimal game of a yard, they're going to say.
Tranquil fakes the handoff left, looking left, throws deep to the outside, just well over the head of his intended receiver there, number 11, Ethan Heward, their 6-foot receiver. They're going to want to be looking his way in the passing game because of his height. Yeah. Excuse me, that was number 8.
That throw would have been tough to make over there. That's a far throw, and he was rolling to his left as he's a right-handed thrower, so that's already a tough throw even just thinking about it. It's a lot of words.
Fakes the handoff, up the middle to Sonner Cranny again, trying to get into his hands, and that was a third down stop. And that will bring up 4th down for the Minico Spartans. And it looks like they're bringing on the kicking unit.
Whoa, you don't see that a lot here in Idaho.
You do not. High school football, you do not see a lot of kickers go onto the field.
Oh, what's the team that they don't kick field goals? They only do.
Henry Friedrich kicks the field, and it's good. Through for 3. That will be our first points of the ball game. And again, that is from Henry Friedrich, the kicker. And what a kick.
Yeah, there we go. First field goal of the season I've seen.
And we just heard from a fan, Will Hover, I believe, number 44, the kicker. I guess we have it wrong on our sheet here. But again, what a great field goal. Good starting drive for the Spartans.
Yeah, and if you're an Idaho Falls fan, you got to think that as a win, and not letting Minico score on their first drive. Now, if you're Idaho Falls, you got to come out and as we talked about pregame, get that run game going, and try to, last week they got embarrassed. So last week they don't want that to happen again. So they got to show up. I'm sure they practice a lot this week, and they got to show up with and prove what they've practiced.
And they did show up on that first drive, holding them to only 3 points for a team that averages 37 points a game. And Idaho Falls, who usually gives up around 30 points per game. So here comes the kickoff from left to right from Will Hover. And it's a good kick down about to the 20-yard line. It is received, and he's taken down around the 31-yard line. Pretty good return. Return about 11 yards. And this will be our first time seeing Bradley Ellison, quarterback of the Idaho Falls Tigers, come onto the field.
Yeah, Ellison, he wants to have a good game. Last week, Skyline, they just got dominated last week. And so this time, Ellison, the senior, he wants to show up and do his thing tonight.
Ellison, first down and 10, 6:49 left in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle, and he's met almost immediately after a gain of about 1. And that's Mason Peck that receives the handoff, making it 2nd down and 9 after the short gain.
Yeah, one thing about this Idaho Falls defense is it kind of like Minico. They have like that college-style quick offense, and I do love those type of offense, especially when they're run right.
Speaking of quick throws, Ellison looks out to the left, finds his wide receiver, number 84, Daniel Hillman, on that quick curl route, and that is a 1st down for the Idaho Falls Tigers.
Yeah, Hillam, number 84 there. That was a great, just a little short route. Saw his man was playing off on defense, and good throw by Ellison.
Ellison in the gun, looks right, looks back to the left. Now he has to run to his left, and he has to throw this ball away as the Minico defenders were kind of suffocating him back there in the pocket. Great pressure from the Spartans.
Yeah, smart there by Ellison to be able to throw that away and just play to the next down, not take a sack, or try to throw down the field and get an interception there.
So that will bring up 2nd down and 10. 6 minutes left here in the 1st quarter. Both teams with 3 timeouts. The ball is here on the 44-yard line. Minico leading 3-0 so far. Ellison in the gun, man on his hip, trips right, hands it off up the middle, and he is caught around the 46-yard line.
Yeah, good tackle there by that inside backer, number 50, Brody Baker, the 6', 170 middle linebacker.
Ellison in the gun again, the pro-style offense. Ellison receives a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, fires, finds his guy for the 1st down and more. And what a pass. The play will end around the 40-yard line, and that was completed to number 12, Griffin Pearson, the sophomore receiver. And what a throw from Bradley Ellison rolling to his left.
Oh yeah, Ellison just threw a dart. He threw it right into the sideline, so only where the senior could catch it, and he was able to get upfield for a 1st down.
Ellison in the gun, trips right. 4-man rush, looks out to the right on a tunnel screen, and that falls incomplete, a little bit too high for his intended receiver, James Richardson.
Yeah, excuse me, Griffin, the last reception was by a sophomore, so you know, Idaho Falls is a young team, and that sophomore making plays there. But yeah, that tunnel screen just a little bit high, and the defensive backs got into that and blew up that play.
Ellison in the gun, trips right, hands it off up the middle, and he is absolutely stuffed. That Minico defensive line absolutely blew through the offensive line to bring him down for a loss of a couple, and that will bring up 3rd down for the Idaho Falls Tigers.
Yeah, that was 54 KO Baker. And, yeah, he got through quick, lost 4 yards there.
Brutal play for the Tigers, who have started a promising first drive of the game. Now a little bit of a hiccup. But here's Ellison in the gun once again, trips to the right. Receives the snap, looks right, looks left. Now he has to escape back to the right side, still looking down the field, launches it, and it is batted away by the defender of Minico. That is number 12, Caden Gee, the 5'9" defensive back. And what a great job getting up and batting that ball away.
Yeah, if you're Idaho Falls receivers, you got to go back to that ball. You can't just be running across the field expecting, you know, Ellison to lead you perfectly. And they let the defender get to him and knock that ball away.
So that will bring up 4th down and 13. Ellison does punt for this team, the quarterback, so it could pose a threat as a fake. But Ellison looks to be in a punt formation here. Oh, receives the snap pretty high, launches it down the field to about the 9-yard line, and that is where the Spartans will take over.
That's a heck of a punt. From a high snap to a beautiful, 40-yard punt to pin them in the 9-yard line. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. So Minico will take over here. First down and 10 with 4:13 left in the first quarter. Braxton Tranquil in the gun. Sonner Cranny on his hip. Jet sweep, hands it off to the right side. Cuts it back to the left. Picks up about 7 on the run. The jet sweep handoff for Minico.
That was a beautiful cutback there, as he was able to see that the edge was cut off and was able to get back upfield for a gain of 7.
And once again, that was Jaden Sanders. Tranquil hands it off up the middle again. Sonner Cranny breaking tackles, and he's going to pick up the first down easily there with a run up the middle. And again, Minico attacking with this fast-paced offense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's majority runs, from the first 10 plays of the game, it's 9 runs, 1 pass. And so this has been, you can tell the game plan is just dominate on the ground here.
Hands it off up the middle again to Sonner Cranny. And again, just such a hard runner. Picks up about 6 there. And that will bring up second down and about 3. Looking to the sideline to get the play. Braxton Tranquil receives the snap, looks left, fires quickly out to his wide receiver, who is taken down quickly, but not soon enough. He will pick up the first down, and that is Jaden Sanders once again, one of their playmakers they like to use on the outside.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're able to run the ball like dominant as they are early on. Idaho Falls is going to be trying to pack that box, and so outside they're going to be a little bit weaker, as Minico is showing that they can get out there too.
Hands it off outside to Sonner Cranny. He cuts it back to the left side, breaking to the left side of the field. There he goes, has two guys to outrun, and he will get down to about the 35-yard line. Sonner Cranny, again, the cutback lanes are opening for the Minico Spartans.
Oh, I love he's quick. He's able to get see that vision to the left and juke over there. He's really good at seeing that.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field called by Idaho Falls, and we will take a break with them. Thank you for watching East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
And welcome back to IdahoSports.com, East Idaho Game Night, where the Minico Spartans are on top of the Idaho Falls Tigers 3-0. Tranquil in the gun, hands it off to Sonner Cranny once again to the left side, breaking tackles, but it eventually is swarmed by the black wave of the Idaho Falls Tigers after a gain of about 4. That will bring up second down and about 6.
Yeah, Craney's a little bowling ball, especially for this level of high school football. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, and he's not afraid of contact. He's definitely chasing it.
Tranquil fakes the handoff, lobs it down deep down the sideline, and it's batted away. Great defensive play from number 32, Ian Franzen, the defensive back, just making it an amazing play there.
Yeah, Ian was able to notice that the ball was a little underthrown, and was able to get a hand up there. Good job for him to looking back, actually, and make an effort to go after that ball.
Yeah, the intended receiver, Cole Huff, on the play. 6'2" receiver. 3rd down and 5. Trenkle hands it off up the middle to Sonner Cranny, who picks up about 10. Easily gets the 1st down on the 3rd and 5. Excuse me, I think that was 2nd and 5. But again, easily picks up the 1st down, and they are marching.
Yeah, this is where Idaho Falls last time was able to make a stop, but right now.
Trenkle looks to the right, and he is hit quick right after the reception. The Idaho Falls defense was ready for that quick pass to the outside, and again, Jason Sanders on the reception on this right side. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Trenkle and the offense.
Yeah, I think somebody missed a block on that play.
Hands it off to the right side. Sonner Cranny on the off-tackle handoff, and he'll pick up about 5. 4 or 5. It should bring up a 3rd down. Again, down here in the red zone, the Idaho Falls defense is making a name for themselves.
Yeah, they were able to get the stop last time, and so 3rd and 5. I think on the last drive it was 3rd and 6, so they were able to get the stop and see if they can do it now.
Trenkle, man in motion, takes the handoff up the middle, then gives it to Sonner Cranny up the middle, who's breaking tackles down to the 4-yard line. Easy, I mean, not easy pickup, but he was running through these defenders.
And I think there was a flag on the play.
For some reason, there was a Tiger defender that was all the way over here on the Minico sideline.
Did he get blocked out of bounds?
It is very possible. It looks like the officials are discussing something, trying to figure out what went on here.
Yeah, it's a penalty on. So they're going to get unnecessary roughness on Minico, so that's a 15-yard penalty.
And I think it may have been the excessive blocking that came all the way over here to the sideline of the Minico Spartans. The right tackle kind of just dragged that defensive end all the way over here. So they're going to call the unsportsmanlike conduct on that.
Whenever I hear unnecessary blocking, I always think of the scene on
Trenkle in the gun, lobs it over the top of the defenders, and Sonner Cranny drops it. They were setting up a screenplay on that play, but could not complete the pass to Sonner Cranny, and he had all the green grass he needed.
Yeah, sorry. Whenever I hear unnecessary blocking, I think of the blind side.
Oh, yes.
When he blocks him to the bus.
All the way to the bus.
Yep. What are you going to call on? Excessive blocking.
Trenkle, pump fakes, looks down the middle of the field, throws it a little too high, and that ball falls incomplete. His intended receiver, Cole Huff, the 6'2 receiver, and somehow overthrew him a little bit too high.
No, I like the play call. It was just a seam right up the middle. He saw his coverage there. It was a good throw, or a good thought of where to throw the ball, but just a little too high and overthrew him.
Now that brings up 3rd down and 10. Trenkle in the gun, drops back, looks across the middle, and it falls incomplete. I thought for a second it could have been intercepted, but it falls incomplete. It looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication in the middle of the field. Looks like there were 2 routes crossing there, and that will bring on the field goal unit once again for the Spartans.
Idaho Falls defense showing up when they need to. They're bending but not breaking all the way. Good job from this Idaho Falls defense.
And again, here's Will Hover, the kicker, and it is up and no good. Wide, not exactly wide right, but to the right, and no good for Minico. So that will leave the score at 3-0 with 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that is a turnover on downs, and Idaho Falls will take over from there.
Yeah, right now, early on. If you're Idaho Falls, this is a win right now. This is a win. Minico is powerhouse, as we've talked about, averaging 37 points a game. They're getting down to the end zone or red zone, but not being able to finish. So Idaho Falls, their offense, we're able to drive a little bit, but once again, they're stopped about that 35-yard line. See if they can finish that.
Ellison in the gun, man on his hip, fakes the handoff. Looks like quick throw to the left, and he spins to the outside. galloping down the sideline, picks up the first down. That's number 88, Jagger Williams, the senior for this Idaho Falls offense. And so far, 2 of those quick throws have worked out great for the Tigers.
Yeah, not only does Jagger have a great name, but he's got a good move over there. Faked it left,
Moves
faked
like
it
Jagger.
Yeah, exactly. Faked inside, went outside, gained about, 15 yards there?
It looks like there's a discussion going on the field between the officials. Not exactly sure what it could be. And they're resetting the clock to 37 seconds, is what we could hear. Surprising we can hear up here. He has a booming voice, that referee, helping us out. So here we go, first down and 10 for Ellison. Should be 37 seconds on the clock. They're waiting for that to be adjusted. Here we go, 37 seconds, first and 10 in the gun. Ellison drops back, looks left again, finds his receiver on that quick curl again. And my goodness, he is absolutely blasted by that Minico defense. They held him up, and then a couple more guys came in to finish off the job.
It was literally the same play as they just ran, as Jagger was able, instead of gaining 15 yards, he gained about 4, maybe 5.
That should bring up about second down and 7. I believe it was a gain of 3, and that is going to bring us to the first quarter. Both teams heading to the sidelines, and we will take a break with them. Minico leading Idaho Falls 3-0 here on IdahoSports.com.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts.
Passes it off to the right side, and he's taken down. It was a nice little swing pass off of the motion down to number 10, Mason Peck, who usually lines up in the backfield. A nice quick throw to the right side by Ellison.
They're having success with all these quick throws here. They're just getting outside. They're getting Peck on the outside. They're getting their receivers just getting quick outs and getting the yards there. So I'm loving the way that they're attacking on offense right now.
It'll be third down and 1. Ellison in the gun once again. Hits the snap, hands it off to Peck up the middle, and he'll pick up the first down after fighting forward through a couple Minico defenders. Again, another first down for the Idaho Falls Tigers.
Yeah, like I was just saying, I'm loving the way they're going. They're, third and 1. They're not trying to be fancy or anything. Let's just get the first down. On first down, let's get these quick outs and pick up yards that way.
First down and 10. Ellison in the gun. Gets the snap, looking left, throws left to Peck, who catches it out of the backfield, and he's taken down after a gain of maybe 1 yard. Great job by the Minico defenders to get out there and make the tackle.
Yeah, that was a great job by the senior Tucker Arthur, number 23. He was able to get that ankle tackle to hold him to a gain of just 1.
That'll bring up second down and 9, 10:45 here in the second quarter. Ellison once again in the gun. Brings a man in motion. Drops back, looking left. Now he's going to have to sprint up the middle. Still, he throws it, and my goodness! Gets absolutely blasted. That is number 12, Griffin Pearson on the reception, and then number 54, Cale 50.
It was number 4, Nate Waitman, the 6'4", 200-pound free safety.
And you could see a free safety, 6'4", wow. And man, he just came in and he laid the lumber. on that Idaho Falls receiver.
Yeah, there's now a little bit more energy in the stadium after that hit. But good job by the sophomore there to hold on to the ball.
He even caught it after it popped out.
Yeah, sure did.
Ellison in the gun. Snap, looks left, quick throw. The receiver was not ready. Ellison expressing his frustrations to his receiver, who should have been ready for that catch. Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication on the depth of the route.
Yeah, it was another RPO where he could have handed it off, but he had a receiver going to the outside, then he had a receiver just doing like a 5-yard in or 4-yard in, and he tried to go to the end receiver, and yeah, there's just some miscommunication of which side the ball was being thrown to.
And there may be another stoppage here. Could be the clock.
All the Minico fans are yelling that this should be 4th down.
And they have it up on the board that it's 4th down. But here on the field, the sign says 3rd down. Officials discussing what it should be.
I believe it is 4th down.
Our radio friends right next to us also believe it's 4th down, Josh. And yes, it looks like the officials are calling it a 4th down.
No, they're still talking about this.
Oh.
The teams are just going back to make this an unofficial timeout.
And I agree. I think it is a 4th down. I think we definitely saw 3 other plays on this.
There's some mom out
Down
there
the
that is
play.
making sure the referees know that this is 4th down. I love the energy.
Making sure they're not getting, their boys aren't getting gypped out there.
Absolutely.
There it is once again.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Let's see what the officials decide. Looks like there is some disagreement.
Yeah, I don't know why it's taking so long. But I think even if it is 4th and 1, as we believe it should be, Idaho Falls has still got to go for this.
Yeah, they'll stay on the field. It is, yeah, and they're calling it 4th down. So it will be 4th down and 1 here for the Tigers.
And now Idaho Falls coaches are going to be, they're not going to fight for this. So they were, all right.
Ellison in the gun, trips to the left, man on his hip. Gets a little bit of a jump on the hard count. Low snap, picks it up, and oh my goodness, he is absolutely met by that Spartan defense. They just blasted through the offensive line on that quick design quarterback run. Ellison not able to get out of the pocket, and that will bring up a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I believe that was their kicker, also their defensive lineman, number 44.
Will Hover
Yeah.
on the defensive line.
That's everything player there.
All right, so this will bring up 1st down and 10 for the Spartans. Gets the snap, hands it off to Sonner Cranny, off to the left side, and he's going to pick up about 11 yards on that nice run. The off-tackle handoff, and big yardage for Sonner Cranny.
Yeah, Minico, they've been able to get down the field. They haven't been able to finish, so I'm sure that Minico offense wants to just get it into the end zone here to make it more than just a 3-point game.
Man in motion, Tranquil, handoff again to Sonner Cranny, stiff arm, and he's able to stay with him somehow. He did give him a face full of hand there, but he's able to drag him down. Great defensive tackle. I mean, once you got that hand in your face, it's almost impossible to make that play.
Yeah, no, he got his hand in his face, but Craner was still able to pick up 4 yards there.
Tranquil in the gun, bunched left. Hands it off again to Sonner Cranny, who runs into his offensive lineman, but breaks off into the open field. My goodness, they cannot stop him. He just keeps churning those legs. It looked like he was stopped for maybe even a loss of yardage, but able to pick up about 11 yards, and that will bring up 1st down and 10.
Craner, he's hard to take down. He's hard to take down. First off, he's a load, right? He's 200 pounds. And this Idaho Falls team, they got to stop trying to just hit him up high. They got to get him low.
Yeah, again, just running hard. Tranquil here in the gun. Hands it off again to Sonner Cranny. Up the middle, picks up about 4 on the run. Trenkel looking to the sideline. Receiving the play. 8:10 here left in the second quarter. Should be 2nd down and 5, so that was a gain of 5 by Sonner Cranny. And once again, hands it off to Sonner Cranny, but is met immediately at the line of scrimmage by this defensive line of Idaho Falls.
Yeah, Trevin Netzel, the junior, was there to get in on that tackle. So that was a really good tackle. Now, here we are getting 3rd and 5 in the red, or right before the red zone. So Idaho Falls has won the past couple of battles here.
Trenkel in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Sonner Cranny. A quick throw to the left. Oh my goodness. And it was almost caught off of the tip. He threw it a little bit behind his intended receiver, tipped it up in the air, and almost completed it to his other wide receiver, but wouldn't be, and incomplete.
Once again, a huge stop for Idaho Falls here.
They're going to stay on.
Yeah, they're going to stay on. Missed a field goal last time.
Here we go. Trenkel brings a man in motion. Sonner Cranny on his hip. Drops back. Looking. It's a screen pass down to Sonner Cranny, who immediately meets the contact, and it looks like he's going to pick up the 1st down here on 4th and 5. Gets about 6. And that will bring up, they're in the red zone now.
Yeah, he got hit at about the 16 or 17-yard line, but dragged the defender another 4 yards to pick up the 1st down. Good call there.
Snaps, hands it off to Sonner Cranny, breaking out to the left side. Stiff arms, down to the goal line. Does he get in? No, they're going to say he's out of bounds right at the 1-yard line, even closer. It is inches to score.
Yeah, I could give you one guess of what they're going to do here. Oh, they're bringing in a different quarterback.
Might be running a Wildcat.
They're bringing in...
They do have a couple older quarterbacks on their roster.
They're bringing in their senior, Caden Fletcher, 6'3", 225.
It's a direct snap right up the middle, and it did look like the Wildcat offense, and that is our first touchdown of the game for the Minico Spartans on the quick run right up the middle off the direct snap.
Yeah, they brought in their big blocking tight end to give Craney just a bigger hole to walk through to score that touchdown.
And that was Cranny, correct? Sonner Cranny. And here comes the PAT, and it is up and good. So Minico with our first touchdown of the game, and that will bring our score to 10-0. The Spartans on top of the Idaho Falls Tigers. We want to thank our power boosters tonight for both of these teams. The Minidoka Memorial Hospital, Brewster Cheese, Industrial Ventilation, MVP Rentals, Teton Auto Group, and Creta Larson, Silver Creek Realty. We want to thank them so much. We would not be here without them, and man, are we glad to be here. It is so fun to call a football game here in the football season.
No, yeah, I love this time of year. It's that time of the year you get beautiful weather. It's not too cold. You know, I wake up this morning, it was kind of cold. But this weather here, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, and it's just beautiful. Just beautiful.
And here we go, Minico set to kick off here. And the kick is away down to about the 19-yard line, received again by Idaho Falls, and he meets a host of defenders down by the 30-yard line, where the Tigers will take over on offense here with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And again, the Spartans are leading 10-0 over the Tigers. So they will start their drive here on the 30-yard line. Bradley Ellison and the Tigers looking to score on this drive. Ellison comes out this time in the pistol, trips to the right, receives the snap, looks right, tosses it off to his running back, and he's met in the backfield immediately by number 50, Bodie Baker, the 6-foot outside linebacker, makes the tackle for a loss, loses about 1, maybe 2 yards on that quick swing route.
Yeah, Bodie was able to sniff that out immediately, was able to get out there for that swing pass.
Here we go, Ellison in the shotgun. Man on his left hip. Trips left, drops back, looks left, fires a deep, and it falls incomplete. His intended receiver, number 12, Griffin Pearson, just a little bit too far in front of him. That pass just got a little bit away from Bradley Ellison.
Yeah, that's a hard throw. On the far side of the field, you got a defender, you got to fit it in between a safety and a defender. It's a hard throw for Ellison to make. But here we are, 3rd and about 14 yards, 13 yards here.
And here we go in the gun again for Bradley Ellison. 3rd down and 13 to go. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Oh.
And it looks like they got him to jump. As you see that flag hit the field, we'll see what the call is.
We got the pink flags.
Yeah, pink flags today. And they're going to call an encroachment on the defense, so that should give Idaho Falls another 5 yards on this 3rd down play. Should bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Again in the shotgun. Ellison awaits the snap. Drops back, rolling to his left, looking back to his right. Now he's bringing it to his right, getting chased down from behind, gets the ball off, but it falls incomplete. His intended receiver, Johnny Piper, and that was a tough throw to make, rolling out to the right.
Yeah, he gave a lot of effort back there. He's getting chased immediately, but hard throw to running through his right, threw it too low, and good stop there for Minico as they are now, searching for that next touchdown.
Yep. 4th down and 7. Again, the Spartans leading 10-0 over the Tigers. 6:12 left here in the 2nd quarter. And they come out in the punt formation with Ellison in the backfield ready to punt. Low snap, he's going to pick it up, look to throw, but then eventually punts it away. And that will take a nice bounce for the Tigers and will roll out at probably about the 28-yard line. Great punt from Ellison.
Yeah, Ellison, they got in the backfield quick. He was able to, run out there and do a rugby-style punt and get it down the field for another beautiful punt there.
And we're seeing that a lot more these days, these punts where they take it out to the outside, kind of the rugby-style punt, just to kind of keep teams on their toes. Again, here's Tranquil in the gun. Looks out to the wide receiver who's going to pick up a lot of yards here. Make that 11 yards just on the quick smoke screen out here down on the left side. That's number 85, Griffin Baker, the wide receiver. Great catch and run by him. Tranquil in the gun again. Hurry up offense. Hands it off to Sonner Cranny. Off to this left side, and he's got room to run. There he goes, cuts it back to the inside, and he's finally going to be brought down here at about the 33-yard line. Sonner Cranny, he probably had some people shaking in their boots there.
Yeah, no, he's having a monster first half. Well over 100 yards, already a touchdown, and he's trying to add on to it.
Tranquil in the gun, man in motion. And the ball was never snapped. This may be the call of a false start, everyone but the center.
No, it looks like there was a little laugh there from Tranquil.
Oh, man. Just everyone was ready for the play except for the center.
Yeah.
So they'll bring it up 1st down and 15 for Minico. Tranquil in the gun. Looks left, quick pass out there. He cuts it back to the inside, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards. Should bring up about, should be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, and if I'm Idaho Falls right here, I would start watching out for that deep pass. They've done all these quick, short passes here, so they got to be careful for the pump fake and then going deep.
Tranquil Hands it off to Sonner Cranny, who picks up yardage up the middle. There he goes, breaks away, 10-5, touchdown, Sonner Cranny. And that was bound to happen with all of these runs. And man, what a run right up the middle from Sonner Cranny.
Yeah, they loaded the box with 8 people and still couldn't get him. You know, he broke the first couple of tackles and was free for a nice 38 yards, excuse me, of a run there. Nice run.
Yeah, huge run from Sonner Cranny, 38 yards. And the PAT is no good this time from Will Hover. And the score is now 16-0. The Spartans are on top here, second quarter, with about 5 minutes left. And the Spartans on that drive finding their explosiveness, especially through Sonner Cranny.
Yeah, Cranny's having a monster first half. 2 touchdowns, 160, 170 yards rushing. He's going crazy.
They barely even have to throw the ball because he's just so effective on the ground. And here we go for the kickoff. Again, 5 minutes left here in the second quarter.
As we've already had a game go final, 64-6 quick carry over Rockland.
Kickoff again, this one to the 15-yard line, and he's met almost immediately down at about the 23-yard line. Bradley Ellison coming back onto the field for the Tigers, leading this offense, the senior quarterback. First down and 10 from about the 23-yard line. Comes out in the shotgun once again. Ellison receives the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's got a big hole, and there he goes down the sideline. And he's finally taken down at about the 46-yard line already in Spartan territory.
Yeah, what a run there. A huge run. That's a huge momentum boost for this Idaho Falls team as they've been searching for just a big play.
And that's one of the biggest plays we have seen in a couple weeks for Idaho Falls. That was a big run, that big hole to the left side as Ellison comes back out in the shotgun. Mason Peck to his hip. Hands it off again to Peck, and this time he is absolutely stuffed after probably a gain of 1 from Peck, but again, just stuffed by that Minico defensive line.
Yeah, no, this almost feels like for Idaho Falls, you want to get some points on the board this drive. So they got to get into the end zone here and try to stop Minico, because Minico has found their rhythm on offense.
Ellison approaching the line. Again, in the shotgun. Man on his hip. Receives the snap. 3-step drop. Pumps left.
Oh.
Goes deep down the left side of the field. He has a man. 10-5 touchdown. Idaho Falls. And what a play from Chandler Williams, the wide receiver for Idaho Falls.
Yeah, it was a beautiful. He pump faked it like he was just going to do a simple in route that he's done all game. Instead, it was a double move. Beautiful throw by Ellison to that far sideline for a touchdown. Nice, 50-yard touchdown pass.
And that is exactly what they have been needing these last couple weeks.
Yes, weeks. Not even this game. You're right, weeks. For Idaho Falls.
Yeah, a huge play down the sideline. What a pitch and catch. And it looks like they're staying on to go for 2.
Yeah, that'd make it a one-possession game if they can get this.
Score currently 6-16. Ellison in the gun.
Oh,
low snap. Fires to the right side. And can he get in? Stretches across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. And just like you said, Josh, it is now a one-possession game between the Tigers and the Spartans.
I'm a little surprised here. I don't know. Idaho Falls coming in. You know, this seems like that game that you want to get going to, you know, finally win a game and get your offense going. And they've shown up a little bit defensively too. Has been most impressive.
No, they definitely have. There was that one drive, obviously where Sonner Cranny kind of just took over this last drive, and it may have been because the defense has been on the field a little bit too often.
Yep, defense is getting tired. Yeah, and if you're Idaho Falls, you've got to try to find a way to stop Cranny, because if not, he's going to be trying to break every record in the state of Idaho.
I'm sure that's exactly what he's heading for.
Plus they got 6.
So the score is now 8-16 here with 3:41 left in the first half. And you can only imagine that Minico is just wanting to punch right back after that quick touchdown drive from the Tigers. And here comes the kickoff from the Tigers, the first we've seen from them. And a good kick down to the 10-yard line. Sonner Cranny back to return. Cuts it to the right side of the field. He has a hole. There he goes, down to the 40, the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 20, 10. Touchdown! Wow, and just like that, I just mentioned the Spartans probably wanted to punch right back, and sure enough, on the kickoff, what a return.
Yeah, what a call there. Yeah, Cranny is having a absolute monster night. That was a 90-yard kickoff return. He has 160 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He is having himself an insane game right now.
3 touchdowns now, right?
Yeah,
because he
3
scored
total
that first
touchdowns.
one. Yeah, wow. Wow, and just like that, as soon as the Tigers saw some light at the end of the tunnel of this game, the Spartans punch right back, and now the score is sitting at 22-8. Pending the PAT, which is through. No, sorry, excuse me. It is no good. It looked good from my angle, but I think he missed it a little bit left. So that will leave the score 22-8. Now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, did Cranny even get touched? I don't know if he got touched on that.
I don't think he did. The vision he had on that play was outstanding. He started on this left side of the field and looked over to the right and found the hole.
Yeah, I mean, great blocking that outside. Just great all around for that Minico team.
Probably a nice break, though, for the Idaho Falls defense, who doesn't have to try and stop the run every single down. The offense gets to come back out onto the field after their quick scoring drive, after the 50-some-odd yard pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, so if Idaho Falls here, you got 3 minutes, 24 seconds to now try to answer Minico to make it another 1-score game.
Idaho Falls obviously would love to return the favor with a kickoff return for a touchdown. We'll see if that can happen. Here comes the kickoff down to about the 10. Receives it in midair, cutting up the middle, but he is met almost immediately after getting past the 20-yard line. Gets out to about the 21-22. And that will bring up a 1st and 10 here with 3:16 left in the first half. Idaho Falls will start their next drive.
Yeah, it was a great offensive drive as we've talked about. So if Idaho Falls, that's momentum building right there. So they want to do that same thing. They have to start those quick passes. Start with, start with your workhorse and getting that going.
Here we go. Ellison in the gun. Brings a man in motion. Receives a snap. Looks left. Quick throw to the left and caught as he braces for the tackle. He heard the footsteps, but still pulled the ball in. Probably a gain of about 3 or 4 on that quick pass out to the left side. Second down and 5. Looks like they gave him 5 on that play. Forward progress. Ellison in the gun.
There was false. Yeah.
Yep. False start. You called it before the officials did.
Well, you know, there was movement. That right tackle, he looked like he got set, and then he stood up to move a little bit more, and it made the defensive tackle move a little bit. So I think that's the first penalty on Idaho Falls.
Yeah, I believe so. That'll push them back about 5, so they'll bring up second down and 10 after having the second down and 5. Ellison with trips to the right. Drops back, rolls out to the right, looking deep, has no one down the field, and he has to throw this ball away. And great job by this Minico defense by clamping the wide receivers of the Tigers.
Yeah, that penalty kind of threw them off and threw off the rhythm. Now they got to go to obviously a pass play here on third, or is it third down?
Should be third down.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same thing here about to happen. There was another penalty. I didn't hear what it was.
Oh. Looks like it was a hold with how far back they are.
One Idaho Falls here, and it should be. Oh, it's good. They're saying second down, so that's going to be holding on Idaho Falls, so that play did not count. So you're exactly right.
So that'll bring up second down and 20 for Idaho Falls, deep in their own territory, down there on the 10-yard line. 2:22 left here in the first half. And still some confusion. Well, looks like they're just getting the ball set, and they're ready to go. Ellison steps up in the shotgun. Man on his hip. Receives the low snap, hands it off up the middle to Peck, and Peck is met immediately at the line of scrimmage, gain of no yardage, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who was on that tackle. Can't see, but wow, great job there getting in that backfield and holding the no gain. So 3rd and 20.
Should be 3rd and 20, I believe. Yes, because the first, might be like 3rd and 22. They do have quite a ways to go. And they may just hand the ball off here. Ellison in the gun. Receives the snap. 3-step drop. Steps up into the pocket and is met by a Spartan defender for the sack. And I can't quite see who that was. But man, did he get in there quick.
Yeah, he's bringing to our sideline. Is that 93 or 33?
33.
33, yeah. Daniel Larios, 6 foot, 240-pound defensive lineman, got back-to-back plays. Good job from him.
And a timeout called by Minico. They want a chance to score here again before halftime. And, man, if I were them, I would probably put Sonner Cranny back for the punt return. I mean, he's just...
he might be.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Here he is on the sideline with his helmet over his head, so maybe not. Maybe he wants a little bit of a breather after that 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. It looks like Sonner Cranny will stay on the sideline. Number 85, Griffin Baker, looks to be back for return.
Yeah, so this could be a dangerous punt here because they've gotten to the punter a couple times now. So they got to be careful here. This has got to be a perfect execution.
It looks like they're going to be sending a lot of men on the line to block this punt. Ellison back to punt. A rush comes, barely gets it off, and the punt only goes a few yards to about the 27-yard line. So Minico will have by far the best field position that any team has had tonight, with 1:21 left here in the first half, threatening to score.
Yeah, it was a 17-yard punt. So the way this Minico offense has been, you got to think we all know whose ball is going to go to.
Tranquil hands it off up the middle to guess who? Sonner Cranny, and this time he's met this Idaho Falls defense. I mean, eventually that chip on your shoulder is going to push you forward to make those tackles.
Yeah, I mean, when he's running wild all over them, absolutely they're going to try to get, try to get in that backfield as they were there. As Minico is going to take a timeout.
Yep, they want that time to be able to score.
As we get an update, as Rigby is on top of Hillcrest, I believe, right? 13-3.
No, Highland.
Or Highland, sorry.
That's right.
Not Hillcrest.
Yeah, at Highland. They're in that beautiful stadium.
Oh, yeah. At Highland.
Yeah, so it's at Highland. Rigby is on top. That is one of the bigger games of the regular season that I'm sure we'll see later on in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, Rigby last year was kind of a down year, I guess, for them, right?
As they say.
As they say. As they still made it to the playoffs, but didn't have the year that they wanted. But it seems like they're back.
Second down and about 11 here. A minute 11 left here in the first half. 8-22, man in motion. Tranquil hands it off up the middle to Sonner Cranny, who breaks another big one. There he goes, stiff arm down the middle of the field, and does he get in? I think he does. Touchdown once again for Sonner Cranny. And man, he is coming for that record that he broke last week, the 7 touchdowns that he scored a week ago.
He's got 4 tonight already.
It's just the first half.
Oh my gosh. 4 total touchdowns for Craney. He's 180 yards, almost. This has got. I got to get exact numbers here because this has got to be almost 200 yards rushing. As the extra point is good. My goodness.
That'll make it 29-8 here with a minute 3 left in the first half. And just when we thought Idaho Falls was surging forward, 2 quick scores for the Spartans. And we will take a break with them. Thanks for watching on IdahoSports.com.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
And welcome back to IdahoSports.com. A minute 3 left here in the first half. Minico leading 29-8 over the Tigers. And here comes the kickoff to the Tigers. And it's received around the 15-yard line. Trying to get a big return, but he's met once again down at about the 24-yard line as Bradley Ellison comes back onto the field for this offense.
Jeez Louise. So Minico, I could see why they're, ranked so high in the state, and is how dominant they are. It's not even, it's just Craney. It's just Craney. It feels like the year of the running back as Ashton Gentry is, Boise State is just having a monster year. And, at the high school level, you can see Craney. Craney's having that kind of a year.
Just tune into the Minico games every week if you want to see the high school version.
Yeah.
Ellison in the gun, hands it off, and Peck is met immediately in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3. A big tackle for a loss.
Yeah, the Daniel Robles, the senior defensive tackle, was the first one in there.
And again, that offensive line letting up a little bit too quickly for that run play to get going.
Yeah, as it looks like the Minico's backup quarterback is getting warmed up.
Drops back. Ellison fires a quick one. It's intercepted across the middle of the field. And wow. Throws it into double coverage across the middle on the quick slant, and it is intercepted by Minico.
Tucker Arthur is the one that got that interception.
And he just flew in front of that slant.
Yeah, it was that same type of RPO that we talked about earlier where they have the guy in the flat and then the guy that just does a little hitch route. And he tried to throw the hitch route, and Tucker just read that immediately.
That'll bring up first down and 10 for Minico with 15.7 seconds left. Drops back, looking to throw, throwing it deep down the left side into coverage, and I think it was intercepted down at the 1 yard line by number 1, Sam LaPre. My goodness, he was about to get mossed, but he reversed that and went up and pulled it right out of the hands of the offensive player.
Yeah, LaPre's having himself a nice little defensive back outing out there as he made a great play over here earlier in the game and now has an interception. The ball was underthrown, and Sam was able to take advantage of that.
And that's back-to-back interceptions. And I can imagine we might see Idaho Falls kneeling the ball down here to avoid any type.
As we know what the calls are. It's going to be a blindside block and a late hit. They should just offset and we go to halftime.
Unless they're discussing to wave off one of them.
Yeah, unless there's something else that we missed.
Looks like they have reached the end of their discussion. We're about to get the official call from our referee. Or not. Not yet. It looks like the head coach for Minico just signaled for his defense to go on. So it looks like they might be waving the flag that was for the illegal blindside block and only taking the penalty for the late hit.
Yeah, so they're just going to do an untimed one play.
So the plays did offset, but they're letting them run another play.
Yep, so they're not ending the half on a penalty. So
right. So zeros on the board for this final play of the half, and I imagine you'll just see kind of a Hail Mary down to the end zone here by Ellison. Low snap, drops back, rolling out to the right. Now he's being chased from behind, throwing it deep down the right side into traffic, but he's caught it down to the touchdown. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Wow, on first down and 10 with zeros on the scoreboard, Ellison kind of throws up a prayer to his wide receiver who catches it about the 15 and runs it in for the touchdown.
Good job from Idaho Falls. We thought the half was over. Idaho Falls said, no. Hail Mary, touchdown. I'm loving this.
Wow, and what a pass from Ellison. He was getting absolutely chased down from the left side.
The whole Minico sideline is not here. Like, no one was thinking that this was going to be.
I think the Minico head coach told his offense to go back in to the locker room because he didn't expect anything like this to happen. Like you said, Josh, the sideline is empty. They have to find their special teams unit to get on the field.
Yeah, and to give a shout-out who caught the ball, it was number 17, Tyson Puitz, this junior, number 17, excuse me. And, man, nice little heat here. And obviously they're going to be going for 2 here, and that's what they called a timeout for, which learn a lot of new things here.
Even though if they would just kick the PAT here, it would keep them within 2 possessions. I guess they would still be within 2 possessions if they don't convert the 2-point conversion, but you do have to get another 2-point conversion if they don't get this one.
Yeah.
But sure enough, they will go for 2 here. Ellison in the gun, Peck on his hip.
Oh.
Could go either way. The
Could be
right
a
tackle
false
kind of
start.
jumped.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start. 74.
Yep, the right tackle. They're going to call an encroachment on Minico.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You can hear some of the fans over here not very happy about that call, so that will move the Tigers 1 yard closer here for this 2-point conversion. Again, zeros on the clock and has been zeros for a while. Ellison, low snap, looks to his left. He's being chased, slips out of a tackle, and the ball is tipped in the air and falls incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is no good. And after that, that will take us into halftime with the Minico Spartans leading 29-14 over the Idaho Falls Tigers.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text START My Quit to 36072.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
Go. Yeah, let's go. All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
And welcome back to IdahoSports.com, presentation of East Idaho Game Night here at Ravston Stadium, where the Minico Spartans are leading the Idaho Falls Tigers of a score of 29-14. And it has been a pretty fun game to watch so far, hasn't it?
No, yeah, especially if you're a Minico fan. It got real exciting at the end there for Idaho Falls, but if you're a Minico, y'all have probably seen it all season long. I have not. Preston Cranny, he's an animal, okay? 260 yards rushing, 4 total touchdowns. He has a 1-yard rushing touchdown, a 38-yard rushing touchdown, a 50-yard touchdown, a 90-yard return kickoff for a touchdown. This dude is an animal, okay? Somebody needed to warn us because he's right now just an all-state running back, as he should be, as he runs onto the field waving at the cheerleaders, as he should be. And, yeah, just an animal of a kid there, a crazy team that this Minico offense has been. But Idaho Falls, they're showing some resilience. You know, a great untimed Hail Mary touchdown at the end of the half to get their 14th point onto the scoreboard. But just a heck of a game for that Minico offense.
No, and the Idaho Falls Tigers, they're showing a lot more fight than we expected, which is amazing. Last week, obviously, they were shut out by their rival, the Grizzlies, here at Ravston in the Emotion Bowl, 47-0. But this week, they're putting up a fight against this very, very good Minico team led by Sonner Cranny. Again, 4 touchdowns already here in the first half, including that 90-yard touchdown return.
Yeah. Insane stats right now from him.
Yeah, those are stats that are going to.
And I hope they keep him in just for a little bit longer. I hope he gets over that 300-yard mark.
I think he's probably asked to coach.
I think he will. He still has his helmet, so I think he will.
Yeah, and again, this game is still closer.
Relatively close.
It's not. This game is not over by any sense of the word. It's a 2-possession game still, so anything can happen here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we will talk about some of the other scores around the state going on right now. Currently in the second quarter, Boise is trailing Mountain View 14-27. Bonneville is losing at halftime to Thunder Ridge 6. Bonneville is 0, Thunder Ridge 6. Eagle losing to Owyhee 2-0.
It's a baseball score.
It's a baseball or soccer. I don't know. Whichever one you want to choose there. Somehow someone got a safety.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the big game of the week. The game of the week on IdahoSports.com is Rigby at Highland. And right now, Rigby leading 13-3 at halftime. Rocky Mountain over Meridian 10-7. And Middleton and Timberline tied 7-7 at half.
Yeah, one of the cool things that we're doing here in Idaho Sports is we're having a game of the week. So we're getting a nice little production crew going on. You got 3 cameras. You got, of course, your color and your
2 other cameras.
Commentating. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. So if you can, join in for a game of the night, you get to see all of that. It's one of those new things that the owner of Idaho Sports is really wanting to put into the high school experience here every Friday night.
Yeah, thank you, Paul Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Shout out to our owner.
Yeah, and well, the owner of the website, not our owner.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's true. And the kickoff here from Minico, a little bit of confusion who's going to catch it, and he brings it out about to the 20-yard line for Idaho Falls. And now Idaho Falls here with a huge drive, down 14-29, with a chance to bring this game within 1 possession.
All right. So during halftime, Dallas said he wanted to say some stuff and not talk a little about the game. So who's winning the game, Dallas? Do you know?
The white team.
The white team?
Yeah.
Is it a good game?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's a pretty good game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, we'll have to come back in a little bit, talk about it, huh?
Yep, here we go. Ellison in the gun. Man in motion. Looks to the right where the motion man went, and it falls incomplete. Right through the hands of the intended receiver, number 17, Tyson Poots. went right above his head. I mean, right through his hands, honestly. Definitely could have pulled that in.
Tyson's the one that caught that Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
That exciting play at the end of the first half shocked everyone. The entire Minico team was already in the locker room except for the defense. Just no one saw that coming. Second down and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. 11:50 left in the third quarter. Quick pass out to the left, finds his man. A quick pass out to the left, and he's probably going to pick up about 3 yards. And that should bring up third down and 7. So here we go, third down and 7. Ellison in the gun. Receives the snap, chest high. Looks to his right, and now he's going to be brought down for the big sack by the Minico Spartans. And I don't even know who to credit for that one because the entire defensive line was there for the big play for the Minico defense.
Yeah, that defensive line has shown up, but that's just Idaho Falls. They gotta try to give Ellison some time. He's shown that he can get the ball out accurately. They just got to give him a little bit more time.
And again, that was one of our keys to the game, was protect Ellison. It is something we saw over and over again last week against Skyline. Just too much pressure to be able to even get a throw off.
Yeah. Yep, now we get to see the superstar running back.
Is he back to return?
No, he's not back to return.
No, he's not back to return. Oh, and he gets the punt off just over the defender, and it's a bad bounce for the Idaho Falls Tigers. And he'll receive it at about the 34-yard line, and that's where Minico will start their drive. As we see Tranquil come back onto the field. And yes, Sonner Cranny is still in the game for the Spartans.
I wonder if he's going to get the ball first. Actually, they may not play that against you. They've loaded the box.
And they hand it off to Sonner Cranny, breaking it off to the left side, and he's still dragging guys as he picks up about 6 or 7 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, it was a really good job there from Craney just to follow his blockers to gain that 6 or 7.
Hands it off up the middle again to Cranny. And he will pick up the first down. About a gain of 4 or 5.
I'm surprised Craney isn't gassed already.
Again,
just
you said he had
thinking about it
almost
makes me
300 yards.
Yeah, just thinking of it just makes me lose about 5 pounds.
And again, handing it off to Sonner Cranny up the middle. Picks up 4, maybe 5 yards up the middle. And they're getting good push. They haven't needed the good push because of how well Sonner Cranny runs the football. But again, great push from that offensive line. Hands it off to Cranny again up the middle, and I think he may have gotten the first down. Again, they may call him just short.
Yeah, they're going to call him a yard short there.
It's going to be third down and 1. Again, Idaho Falls forcing a lot of third downs down here in the red zone.
Yeah, in the first half, they forced, like you said, a lot of third downs, and they stopped them on those fourth downs. As the their head coach just hold up 2 muscle arms. I wonder what that is.
Hands it off to Sonner Cranny. Of course, that's what the muscles they mean. Down to the 1-yard line. And man, what a run up the middle. That's what the double flex arms means. Just give it to Sonner Cranny.
I think that's exactly what it means, because he just flexed both muscles, and then it was a nice little reverse run there from Cranny for 13.
And threatening to score. Again, picking up that first down and goal. And he keeps it Tranquil, and he is blasted in the backfield. This time not handing it off to Sonner Cranny. He wanted a little bit of action himself, but the Idaho Falls defense ready to make the tackle. Here we go, Tranquil in the gun, man in motion. Hands it off to the man in motion, and he cuts it up the middle, but he's brought down. Great defensive play by the Idaho Falls defensive back, DJ Nieder, I believe. And he prevents a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, 3rd down now. Maybe we can get the bend not break here for Idaho Falls. But I'm sure this is a 4th down territory for them.
Well, if you're just going to hand it off to Sonner Cranny, I'm sure it would be. And here we are, Tranquil in the gun, and that's exactly what they'll do. Give it to Cranny, and he breaks one tackle down at the 1 yard line, and they hold him again.
It looked like they were going to do. He got swung into the end zone.
But they're going to call him down. Maybe when he was getting swung around, his knee hit the ground at some point. His elbow.
So they're going to say 4th and goal from the 2.
Here we go. Hands it off to Sonner Cranny again up the middle, and he gets in. Touchdown for the Spartans. Another one for Sonner Cranny, and that is his 5th touchdown of the day.
5th touchdown. When we were on the way here, you were talking about how he thought he scored 5 touchdowns in the previous game. No, he scored 7. Tonight he scored 5.
Oh, wow. That is just, it's just something else when a player goes off like this. And they're on for the PAT to make it 36-14.
Different kicker.
And it's good. Looks like the switch up in the kicker worked. And we do not have a number for that kicker, unfortunately. Number 41. Unfortunately, we do not know the name of that player.
I don't know, buddy. He's good at kicking.
He's good at kicking. He made the PAT to make the score 14-36 here in the 3rd quarter with 6:53 left. And we will take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
And welcome back to IdahoSports.com with the kickoff. And he's taking it back, and he's brought down again around the 27-yard line, and that's where Idaho Falls will take over to start their 2nd drive here of the 2nd half. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, you know, you'd think that they would just be, let's maybe get the offense off of the way that Cranny's running, but no, they're only up by 26 points here, so you can still see that those number 1 offense there is.
And Ellison tosses it out to the right side to Peck, and he tries to get to the corner, but he cannot get there as the Spartans get there first, and that is number 23, Tucker Arthur. He was just too quick for the running back Peck.
Yeah, and Peck looks like he's down on the ground. I don't know if it's just a loss of breath or...
Looking for something, maybe his mouth guard there on the sideline. Looks to be okay. Probably come off for a play or two.
Yeah, it looks like I think he just lost his breath there. The ball must have landed on his ribs. That's that's painful.
That's always fun. Ellison in the gun, trips to the left. Chest high snap, looking left. Now he's going to run up the middle, and he's going to pick up a couple yards there. Ellison pulling the ball under his arm and picking up a couple yards.
Yeah, they've tried to run the QB sneak a couple times. It just didn't work.
And here we are, 3rd down and 10. About 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Spartans up 36-14. Ellison in the gun for the Tigers. Receives the chest-high snap. Looking left. Now he's going to roll out to his left. And he is being chased down in the backfield. And that is another sack for the Minico Spartans. And I believe that is number 56, Jaden Chacon. From Minico in on the big sack. Again, everyone was there, but Jaden was there first to get that huge sack. And that will bring up 4th down and long, probably 4th down and 11 for the punt.
Yeah, Minico, you know, their defensive line has just been a monster. If it wasn't for Craney and how big of an offensive, you know, juggernaut he's been, the defensive line has definitely been an animal as well.
And the punt is away. Picks it up at about the 40-yard line. One of the better punts from Ellison tonight, putting the Spartans on their own side of the field. And Sonner Cranny is jogging back onto the field. We're going to get another drive with Sonner Cranny. I'm sure Preston just absolutely loves running the football. I mean, he sure makes it look like he loves it.
I think I could play quarterback for Minico. Hand this ball off to Craney.
Tranquil hands it off to the man in motion across the middle, and the Idaho Falls defense is there to meet him in the backfield for a loss of 2. Second down and 12 after the loss of 2. Tranquil in the gun, high snap, looks across the middle, finds his guy across the middle, and he almost breaks out of a tackle. That's a pickup of about 10 yards. It should make it 3rd down and 3, excuse me. Picking up 9 yards on the completion to number 81, Riley Rigby.
Yeah, and that just reminded me why I cannot play quarterback. Because what a throw from Trinkle there out of a tackle.
Hands it off the middle to Sonner Cranny. Who else breaks a tackle down the middle of the field? Man, what a run. He does not get tired. He's one of those backs who they always talk about somehow getting better throughout the game. A big pickup by Sonner Cranny.
Just another 30-yard gain from Cranny.
That's it. And Tranquil in the gun. Sonner Cranny did come off the field, so we have a new running back in. Tranquil drops back, looks left, a smoke screen out to the left side, and he breaks a tackle down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown for the Minico Spartans. Griffin Baker on the catch and run for another Minico touchdown.
Yeah, great block on the outside by his fellow receivers there to get him, you know, broken down the sideline.
And that quick drive, I believe it was a, well, maybe not too quick, 5-6 play drive. And then that quick smoke screen pass out to the receiver for about a 30-ish yard touchdown. About that much. And on for the PAT, and it looks to be good. And that will bring our score to 43-14 with 3:41 left in the 3rd quarter. And we want to take a moment to thank our boosters for this game. Minidoka Memorial Hospital, Brewster Cheese, Industrial Ventilation, MVP Rentals, Teton Auto Group, and Creda Larson, Silver Creek Realty. Again, thank you so much to our boosters who make all of this possible. Again, another quick drive for Minico. Obviously have extended the lead quite a bit since halftime. Went into halftime 14-29, and now all of a sudden we're at 14-43 here with 3:41 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, here we go, Idaho Falls. I wonder if they're going to change some stuff up. Probably No, I like what they did. They had a couple drives where they had just quick outs here, and then they really go deep on one of their touchdown passes. Well, their only first touchdown pass, excuse me. And I wonder if they'll keep going back to that. When they try to go to the run, it's just not working for them.
And here comes the kick, falling down at about the 15-yard line. He drops it, but picks it back up, meeting defenders immediately down at the 20-yard line. That was almost some scary moments for the Tigers, but able to regain possession is number 9, James Richardson, the sophomore. The sophomore, as Lance Taylor says. Yes, I've done a couple calls with it. Well, I noticed the first call, of course, the sophomore.
The sophomore.
I love how you know that as well. I'm not the only one who notices. I mean, that is how it's spelled, isn't it?
That's
sophomore.
Exactly how it's spelled.
But, of course, we've all gotten used to saying sophomore. Here we go, Ellison in the gun. Doubles. Fakes the handoff left. Throws to the left. And it's one of those quick out passes that Josh was just talking about. And the completion to Jagger Williams for a gain of about 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, if you can do that every throw, that leads you down the field.
Yeah, and you've mentioned a couple times, Josh, how it is interesting to see them throw to the long side of the field.
Yeah.
He kind of has to make a lot of hard throws, but I mean the defenses will usually be softer on those sides.
Yeah, but it's also a harder throw, a longer throw for the defensive back to react to.
Yeah. Ellison pitches it out to the right, and that's Peck. He's trying to get to the corner again, but once again, he's not able to get to the corner, and in fact is chased down from behind by Bodie Baker, the 6-foot linebacker. The junior for Minico chases down Peck out of the backfield on the toss.
Yeah, Peck wasn't able to get up the field there, so I'm expecting just another quick out route here as they go 3 wide. That's what they like to do, a bubble screen, and they've done a couple of different screen options over there.
Ellison in the gun, man on his hip. Double clap. Looks to the right. A quick curl route, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Finds his wide receiver, Tyson Poots, the junior, to pick up the first down. 2:35 left here in the third quarter. Again, Spartans leading 43-14 over the Tigers. First down and 10 for Bradley Ellison and the offense. Once again in the shotgun with a tight end in the formation. Ellison chest high snap. Hands it off up the middle to Peck, and he's met immediately once again by this Minico defensive line. And that's number 14, Will Nielsen. And that wasn't even the defensive lineman. I think that's a safety.
Yeah, and that was actually the sophomore, Jonathan Serrano, on the carry.
Excuse me.
Number 20.
Just been seeing a lot of Peck.
Yeah.
Ellison in the gun. Drops back, looks to the left. A quick throw to the outside and a little bit too high. And that pass falls incomplete, bringing up third down and 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, it was a curl route on that far side there, and Ellison threw it more to their sideline, but the route went more into the inside, so just another miscommunication there.
Definitely something they're wanting to clean up as the season moves along. Again, Peck is not back in the formation. Got a bunch left. One receiver down here to the right at the bottom of your screen. Ellison in the gun. Looks left, looks right. Now he's going to have to escape. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down once again. He is sacked in the backfield, and again, I don't know who to give the credit to because the entire defensive line was back there.
Yeah, I think the first man back there was Riker Shear, number 57, or is that 56? 56 is the one that's doing all the damage. Jaden Chacon.
Yeah, he's been causing the trouble down in the trenches the entire game.
Well, so is, yeah, you're right. So is all the whole offense, our defensive line. You know, Daniel Larios, the big defensive tackle, number 33. We've called his name a lot tonight.
And Ellison back to punt, chest high, and it's blocked. Gets tipped, and now he's going to return it here, and he gets taken down at about the 48, and the 43. I may have been mistaken. I don't know if it was blocked. It sure looked like it. It may have just been a line drive punt, but
yeah, it came off a little funky for sure.
Probably because of the pressure.
Yeah.
And that might be the night for Preston Sonner Cranny, as he's here on the sideline while the rest of the offense is out on the field. Trinkle looking to throw, finds his guy out on the left side, and he's going to make a big play out of it, but there is a flag down. We saw the pink flag taken out of the pocket and thrown straight at where the penalty occurred. I'd imagine it's a pass interference on the offense, or
I think it's going to be a holding. It's in the area of the receivers that when he caught the ball for the screen pass.
Yeah, they were trying to run that screen play to Jaden Sanders, their 5'7" receiver who's been involved a lot. But sometimes with those screen plays, the receivers can get a little bit too far into the DBs. And yes, it's going to be a holding call,
Yep.
just like you said, Josh. And that's going to bring him back about 10 yards. So that should be first down and 20 now for the Minico Spartans. Trinkle in the gun, stepping back, tosses it over the middle. The receiver did not look ready for that pass. Number 85, Griffin Baker, he did not expect that ball to come in so quickly. It almost looked like a screen because of how many defenders got through.
Yeah, Trinkle, I think he plays baseball. This is a nice little sidearm throw. Try to get it to the receiver there.
A little bit of Patrick Mahomes.
There you go.
Trinkle in the gun, looking deep. A little drag route, but it's batted down at the line. Never completed the pass to the drag route. The intended receiver, Caden Fletcher. But again, batted down at the line. Idaho Falls does have some pretty tall players on that defensive line.
Yes, last week 74 caused a lot of havoc against Skyline. You know, he was one of their highlights on defense.
Yep, and here we go. It is now third down and 20 for the Spartans. Dropping back, looking to throw, and it's a tunnel screen again, and that falls incomplete. Once again intended for Jaden Sanders. Their slot receiver just threw his hands and incomplete, and that will bring on the punting unit.
I think it's the only drive they haven't scored besides the second drive, so.
I think so. It may be. And the punt is away. This is the first punt we've seen from Minico tonight. And it bounces out at about the 22-yard line. And that is where the Idaho Falls Tigers will take over. Here with 8 seconds left in the third quarter, the Spartans are leading 43-14 over Idaho Falls. And here we go. First down and 10, 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Ellison still in the game for Idaho Falls. Receives the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's got a big hole. Able to pick up about 5 or 6 yards there. And that was a great run. Is that number 20, I believe? Jonathan Sereno, the running back, who is a sophomore. And that will bring us into the fourth quarter. Again, the Spartans on top, 43-14, here on IdahoSports.com.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
And welcome back to East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. Again, where the Spartans are leading 43-14 over the Tigers. Bradley Ellison in the gun. Hand on his hip. Fakes the handoff, looks right. He's looking deep down the right side. He has a man. May have been a little bit of miscommunication. Falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Gabe Howe. And just a little bit too far to the right.
Yeah, I think, like you said, because he was going for a post route, and Ellison threw for just a wheel route down the field.
And Howe usually lines up as a running back, but that time out at wide receiver, trying to give Ellison some more options down the field. And here we go, Ellison in the gun. Trips to the right, man in motion to the left now, and that is Howe. Ellison, three-step drop, looking, now rolling to his left. He has a man down the left side of the field, and it's in and out of his hands. That is number 88, Jagger Williams. The ball hit him right in the hands, and as my old man always says, if it's going to hit you in the hands, you have got to catch that ball no matter what.
No matter what. Yeah, I don't know if you heard the footsteps of the safety, because remember, that safety's huge. He's 6'4", 200, 215. So I don't know if you heard the safety running after him or coming at him or anything, but yeah, you got to catch that.
Do you have some college football scores for us,
Yeah,
Josh?
I'm just looking at some scores around early on this afternoon or this evening. You know,
Some
Friday
Friday
night
night.
football. As Jacksonville State puts a beating on Kennesaw State, as Kennesaw State's getting welcomed.
Oh, and it's a fake punt, and it's batted down at the line. I mean, not really at the line because it was a deep fake punt. Tried to catch this Minico defense off guard, but they were ready.
Yes, they were. Are we getting a new quarterback? Nope, no quarterback.
Yep, Tranquil staying on the field.
As Oregon's destroying Michigan State, 21-0. Remember when the Vandals of Idaho almost beat Oregon week 1? You remember that?
I sure do.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
U of I.
Kind of random. Kind of random.
Just a little.
UNLV beating Syracuse 21-17.
Tranquil in the gun. Receives the high snap, hands it off to the right side, and he's going to break a big one and runs over a defender. That's number 16, Parker Johnson. He lowers his shoulder and runs over the defensive back of the Idaho Falls Tigers for a great outside run.
So I know Craner's gotten all the attention tonight, but maybe it's the head coaches and the offensive coordinators that need to be getting a shout out, because these running lanes are incredible for all of these running backs for Minico. Not only offensive coordinator and head coach, but the offensive line. They're putting in work tonight. So
they are, and it might sound crazy, but they design run plays.
Yeah, exactly.
to go certain ways. So Josh isn't just speaking words over here. The coordinators create these plays for these players. Another handoff up the middle. It'll be stuffed here on 3rd down and 4. Probably picks up about a yard, maybe. And that should bring up 4th down. 4th down and probably about 3 to go. Hands it off to the right outside. Another stiff arm, but then he's met immediately afterwards, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Great effort there from Parker Johnson, but just stopped short as Idaho Falls will take over.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the clock moving. I think that's what they're doing, which in the state of Idaho, you got to have a 40-point lead for a running clock, which is obviously not what's going on. So I don't know why they, wanted to run the clock too much.
Yeah, because the clock does stop on a turnover on downs. So the clock's sitting at 10:26. Spartans lead 43-14. First down and 10 here for the Tigers. As Bradley Ellison still on the field here in the shotgun. Two-step drop, rolls out to the right, and he's being absolutely suffocated. That was an outside linebacker blitz. That was the safety. He noticed Ellison starting to roll out, and he kind of took that opportunity to go back into the backfield and make that sack. That will be Will Nelson on the sack.
One of the keys of the game that we were talking about is Ellison needed to stay upright, and obviously not happening, and the score represents that. But this Minico defense is taking advantage of the weaknesses that Idaho Falls are showing. So
Ellison hands it off up the middle this time, and he's going to get brought down after a gain of 3. And, man, Nelson is everywhere. That time meeting the running back in the backfield and making sure he went down. So that should bring up about 3rd down and 12 to go for the Tigers. 9:20 left here in the 4th quarter. Ellison in the gun. Bunch right. Chest high snap. 3-man rush. He's going to sprint out here to the left. He's looking deep across the middle of the field.
Pass interference.
And
that's not pass interference?
We're all shocked up here in the booth. Definitely should have been a pass interference called on number 4, Nate Wayment.
He got there about 4 seconds before the ball got there.
But again, no flags on the field for a pretty obvious pass interference call. Maybe the ref's just ready to get out of here. Although that does stop the clock now. Sitting at 8:53. Here now, 4th down and 12. As Bradley Ellison comes on to punt. And this time he will punt, almost blocked again. A line drive received here at the 40-yard line, and he's taken down. A great tackle by number 22, DJ Nieder. And the returner, number 85, Griffin Baker, picks up about 10 on the return.
Yeah, as Minico's bringing out their backup quarterback now. Looks like it's going to be number 18, Dax Hartley, the junior. And a backup running back, number 35, who's not on the roster. Looks like a younger underclassman.
Yeah, he has a neck roll, though. Love to see that.
Maybe he's definitely a linebacker.
Receives the snap. Looking across the middle, takes a hit. Falls incomplete. His intended receiver, Ethan Heward. Again, Dax Hartley on the pass. Got hit as he threw that one.
Yeah, Dax, good for him standing in the pocket. You're a junior. You're going to be here one more year. You got to show your coach that you're able to take those hits. Good hitch.
High snap. Pulls it in. Hands it off up the middle to number 35. We are so sorry we do not have his name because that was a heck of a run. Finding the lanes, the ball carrier vision shown by number 35. Amazing.
Yeah, no, he's one of those running backs, the typical running backs in high school that's low to the ground. So he's like super quick and in and out of his juke moves really fast. But those are also the guys that are bowling balls.
It's out to the right, a smoke screen, and he'll pick up about 2 or 3 and he's finally taken down out of bounds. Number 16 on the reception, Parker Johnson. Great throw there by Dax Hartley. Had to kind of chuck it out to the right side. One of those longer throws. Those ones are a little bit scarier. You know, if a DB decides to jump that route.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, any of the throws side to side.
Hands it off again up the middle. And we're going to try to listen to the PA, see if we can hear his name, number 35.
Didn't hear it. So let's make up a name.
The Minico Spartan.
He's the Minico Spartan. Dallas, what do you think his name is? What do you think his name is, Dallas?
And we had a little bit of a...
Gotta love the 5-year-old humor.
Looks like we do have an injured player down. Looks like cramps. And we will take a break. Thank you for watching here East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Idaho isn't your average state, and we are not your average people. We're not afraid to jump feet first, and we see the world a little differently. We know the importance of slowing down and the value of catching up. When we're not busy getting lost, we're looking out for one another. Our whitewater is aggressive, but our driving is not. We know all about taking chances, but we also know our limits. We drive safely because we care. It's who we are.
And welcome back to East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com. First down and 10. Fumbles the snap. Able to hold on to it, but is eventually taken down for the sack. I believe that is number 50, Stockton Kump, the senior defensive lineman for the Tigers.
Yeah, good awareness there to realize that the quarterback had dropped the ball.
Here we go again. Dax Hartley in the gun. Hands it off to the mysterious number 35. And he'll pick up about 2, maybe 1 on that run.
So they just want to keep this ball going. So maybe Dax will throw it here.
Hartley drops back, looking, throws across the middle of the field. He has a man wide open down to about the 27-yard line. That was number 6, Caden Fletcher, across the middle on the simple crossing pattern.
Yeah, good job from Dax there. He saw that he was in man coverage there, was able to lead his receiver in perfect position.
Hartley in the gun, hands it off to number 35, finds a hole down the left side. He's finally dragged down there at about the 20-yard line after a good gain.
He's quick. This dude's quick.
He is quick.
Jumpy in the pocket.
Someone's got to take over for Sonner Cranny once he's gone.
I know.
And I'm sure we will know his name soon enough. Hartley in the gun. Couple Idaho Falls players jump, and they are going to call encroachment. The official call is an encroachment. Probably could have been the whole defensive line that they could have called it on. But I saw number 50 jump first. So now it will be first down and 5 for Hartley. Hartley in the gun. Hands it off up the middle to number 35, who breaks through the middle. Again, those lanes are just opening up for anyone who's getting a handoff for the Spartans.
Yeah, no, this offensive line has been dominant today. just creating holes, doing everything they need to do.
And they almost got Idaho Falls to jump once again. No calls, though. Hartley, handoff once again up the middle, and that time, big number 74 for the Tigers. We do not have his name on our roster, but he's able to make the tackle. He's got to be at least 6'5". He is a big dude.
Oh yeah, 6'4" or 6'5", 6'6", 220 probably.
Now 3rd down and 3 to go. Hartley in the gun.
Uh-oh.
Looks right. He has a blitzer off his blind side, and it's tipped up in the air and almost intercepted. And he is punching the ground because that ball fell right into his hands. That's number 16, Johnny Piper. He had the interception, but it just fell to the ground.
Oh, Dax took a hit, too. I don't know if you saw that. They sent their corner on a blitz on his blind side, and he took a licking.
He sure did. That was his blind side, a blitz that was not picked up. Hartley in the gun here on 4th down. Hands it off up the middle, number 35, who's dragged down. And that will be a turnover on downs for the Spartans. And Idaho Falls will take over here at their own 7-yard line. Here with 4:30 left in the game.
Oh, they're letting the clock run here.
They are. They have decided to let the clock run, even though, despite the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and for you that don't know about the goalposts, they are blue. Every year they get to have the opportunity to either paint them blue or tiger orange. Whoever wins the Emotion Bowl. Skyline has won the Emotion Bowl a couple times years in a row now.
And Ellison rolling out to his right. No time to throw again. And there's a flag down.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a late hit.
And I think you might be right, Josh. He was rolling out to his right, tried to find a receiver on one of those quick outs, just not able to complete it. But they may have a little bit of help from the official call.
Yeah, this stadium is amazing. You know, when they get going, too, they have the lights. They spend a lot of money here on the lights and the field, and it's an incredible experience. You know, when you get to see it. If you were able to watch the game last week, you know, whenever there was a touchdown score, they turn the lights blue or orange or whoever scored, and it's a great experience here for East Idaho.
A very, very fun atmosphere.
Oh, great atmosphere.
Ellison in the gun. Drops back, looks to the right. Another quick out. Intended for Howe again. The running back, who has been lining up at receiver, just a little bit past his fingertips.
Yeah, once again, one of those far throws. That's a hard throw to make. And he hasn't hit a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, they're designing a lot of those plays to the far side of the field for Ellison. He does have the arm, but it doesn't make it any easier. In the gun, Ellison drops back, dumps it off to his running back, who takes quite the hit. And they help each other up there. That was number 14, Will Nielsen, on the hit.
Yeah, kudos to Will, because he could have made that hit a lot worse, but he helped him down to the ground, basically. He made it a nice, soft hit. He could have destroyed him, which is
yeah. I think he may have noticed the ball was overthrown,
yes.
So he was like, all right, I'll just take it down to the ground. Here we go, 3rd down and 10. The clock has stopped because of the incomplete pass. 3:47 left here in the game. Ellison in the gun. Two-step drop. Looking deep down the left side. He has a man and just overthrown. That was number 12, Griffin Pearson, who it looked like they tried to run another one of those double moves. He had him open. Just, I think, a little bit of miscommunication, just a tiny bit, for how deep the route was going to be.
Yeah, it was a poster out that he wanted, but yeah, he just overthrew him a little bit upfield and didn't get the connection he wanted.
So that will bring up a 4th down and 10. Bradley Ellison back to punt. Ellison boots it away, and this one's a good one. Gets down to about the 40. The return man breaks a tackle down to the 50, 45, 40, down the sideline, down to the 30, 25, 20, breaks another tackle, 10, 5, touchdown. But I think that one might be coming back. There was probably a block in the back. Oh, and what a shame as return man Griffin Baker makes some amazing moves, amazing broken tackles. And yeah, you can see the disappointment. He's throwing his hands up in the air.
He pointed at one of his teammates and said, "You owe me."
Yeah. He's like, "All right, buddy. That was a sick touchdown that you just took away from me." Wow. Well, that wipes away the touchdown that Minico had on that return. And I didn't see the official call, but I think it was a block in the back. I don't know if you saw it, Josh, but
I think they're. I thought they were about to call it, but yeah, I think that's exactly what it was.
So that will bring up a 1st down and 10 for the Spartans here with 3:26 left in the game.
Oh.
And once again, the Tigers flying across the line. So that'll be another encroachment penalty. So that will move the Spartans forward another 5 yards, bringing up 1st and 5. Getting some good practice on those hard counts.
Yeah, they are.
Hartley in the gun, hands it off. Number 35 up the middle, picks up. Wow. About 6. Picks up the 1st down on that 1st down and 5. And I imagine we'll just keep seeing them run the ball, run this clock down. Here we go, handoff again, number 35, and this time he is stuffed in the backfield by this Idaho Falls defense. This time the penetration from that D-line.
Yeah, you can tell just Minico just wants to run this ball out as they're now under 3 minutes here.
You know what? Is there no play clock?
No. Well, the referees are the ones that keep hold of that.
I see. Hartley rolling out to his right, tosses it, and he had a man. He was pretty tightly covered. That was number 81, Riley Rigby. Playing for the Spartans, not the Trojans, even though Rigby. The intended receiver falls incomplete, and that will stop the clock. They'll bring up 2nd down. Excuse me, should be 2nd down. 2:39 left. Snap to Hartley. He almost fumbles, and number 35 cuts it back up the middle, where he's eventually brought down after probably a 4-yard gain. Now the clock running down to 2:15 left in the game. And sorry, excuse me, I think I said 2nd down this last play, but it is now 4th down and 10 for the Spartans with 2 minutes left. Hartley dropping back, looking. It's a screen pass to 35. There he goes. He breaks into the open field and eventually ran down by a couple Idaho Falls defenders. And that will be a 1st down for the Spartans.
Yeah, what a great call there for the backup QB. Just hit his little receiver there on a little screen pass, and good job to break that first hit and get it up the field.
And handoff here to 35 again on the off tackle run. And he cuts it back up and picks up probably 3, maybe 4 yards on that 1st down run, bringing up 2nd down and 6. A minute 25 left in the game. Hartley hands it off again to number 35, who's going to pick up. Man, he was dragging those guys.
Yeah, I was telling you, those smaller guys, they got, I don't know what it is, but they always got they can carry an extra 600 pounds or something.
They're closer to the ground.
Yeah, they're just close to the ground. We had a kid in my high school that, he was always proud of him squatting 500 pounds, but he was also, 4'11". But he ran everybody over. That's how he was. Never got in his way.
And another handoff here to the near side goes for about 2 yards. And tackled out of bounds, but I think they'll keep the clock running. It's at about 40 seconds left. Minico will have to run at least 2 more plays, which they won't be able to do because it's 4th down.
They're just they're watching the back judge to see what time was. They're looking, they're trying to see if they need to run the clock or run a play. They're watching the back judge for time.
And the back judge may just let the clock run out here.
And, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen.
So that will be the final here from Ravston. The Idaho Falls Tigers fall to the Minico Spartans 14-43. We will take a break and hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back for the post-game show.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
And welcome back to East Idaho Game Night here on IdahoSports.com here at Ravston Stadium, where the Minico Spartans have just defeated the Idaho Falls Tigers 43-14 in what was a closer game at halftime, but kind of got away from Idaho Falls. So now we're going to hop to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Today's Player of the Game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game. Whether you're on the field or the road, be in the moment and free from distractions. And Josh, who is our Player of the Game?
Yeah, Minico had a lot of they can give to. Obviously, there's going to be only one name everyone knows, but you got to give a lot of shout-outs to their offensive linemen. You got to give a lot of shout-out to the wide receivers that were blocking down the field. But of course, they're off. The name that everyone is expecting is Preston Cranny. The kid is unbelievable. The stats, probably not exact, but 330 yards, 340 yards is going to be right around there for on the ground. 4 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown returned, 90 yards. Just incredible game from Preston Cranny, the senior running back.
Yeah, absolutely insane game. So many touchdowns, so many yards. I'm surprised he isn't just absolutely burnt out. But again, thank you for joining us. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com has been brought to you by Teton Auto Group and Levitt Select. This broadcast was also made possible by the great support from these local businesses: Minico Memorial Hospital, Brewster Cheese, Industrial Ventilation, MVP Rentals, Teton Auto Group, and Creta Larson Silver Creek Realty. Special thanks to Athletic Director Nick Birch and everyone here at Ravston Stadium for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Preston Sonner Cranny. Thanks again for joining us as the Spartans defeat the Tigers by a score of 43-14. For my broadcast partner, Josh McGauley, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Jesse Richens saying so long and good night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.